everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. Today was a long day. I'm usually at home, just hanging out with my cat. My husband was, at the church this morning. I think he also went grocery shopping a little bit. So today I made dinner. I fed the cat around 5. Then I had to do the dishes, so I had to load up the dishwasher, turn it on with the dish packet, the Cascade dish packet. So once the dishwasher was done, it was kind of hot. I had to take it, out of. Everything's good. So I decided to cook dinner like around 6 p.m. So it didn't take that long, and it got done around 7. So, but yeah, I had white rice, and Chris got home with the salad and some chicken wings, of course, and
buffalo wings.
Yeah, something like that. So, I made supper for the two of us. I ate the white rice first, and then Chris brought me some salad, and I just had grapes. Now I am, excuse you.
Thanks.
Anyway, so everything's fine. I just had dinner. Now I'm here at the studio. Now I'm just here doing podcasting right here from home. So anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for all of your support. We have a new story for you guys tonight. This is episode 218. And the story is called The Last Bus Home from Pine Street. If you guys know what Pine Street is like, it's probably in the middle of, small town, maybe in the middle of nowhere, I guess. So, say Maine, like a town called Maine. Have you guys ever watched a movie called Mr. Deeds or something, or whatever it's called? Yeah, it's like Mr. Deeds. And Adam Sandler, his character somehow lived in a small town called Maine, and he was like, his character made a lot of weird greeting cards. So he created them, he delivered them, like all over the freaking town. So, but yes, it's kind of like Pine Street, but somewhere. But it's not in our town, so we don't know where the actual Pine Street is. Not in our town. We live in Bellevue, Nebraska. So anyway, but yes, today was a long, great day. So Chris had to go to Marco's Pizza. He left around 4:30, got there like 30 minutes later, around 5 o'clock, of course. He clocked in. He decided to go to Marco. He, delivered some pizzas. Like, how many pizzas have you delivered today?
A lot.
Like 6, 7, maybe?
I had about 6 deliveries in 2 hours.
It takes about 2 hours to deliver 6 pizzas from each different addresses that he had to put in to his GPS on his phone, so he could Well, the app kind of gave him the address to his customers, so that's why. I mean, he loves his job. I love his job. I love my job. This is what I do, and this is what I will stay. So, anyway, but yeah, so I made white rice for dinner. It was nice. So it's my husband's turn to get the house cleaned a little bit. Well, in the kitchen actually. So I hope the white rice is in a container in the fridge.
I'll get it put in. I gotta run back up there real quick and grab something.
Like what?
Oh, Marcos just says they need me to go turn in my bank real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Love you. I love you too. Tell Cameron I said thanks for the salad.
Will do.
Tell him I said hello.
Okay.
Tell him about my podcast.
Okay.
That's my husband. So he has a friend that works with him at Marco's Pizza. So he had to go back to Marco's and grab something to put it in the bank. He'll be right back. So it's just going to be us. So anyway, now that I have told you what was my day today, it was really good. I have spoken to my producer. He's doing all right. He's pretty much taking care of his stuff as I took care of my shit. So anyway, also my producer, Fearless Cummings, he's almost done with his school. Hopefully he will graduate next year, and he will not be going back to school once he is done. And yes, he's going to go back to doing podcasting soon. I hope so. He's nearly done, but he's not quite there yet. But if you like his podcast, he's a life coach. This is what he does. He's trying to be like a therapist. And I think if you guys have a lot of issues, problems with like anyone, if, he would help you. You could ask him for help, like a therapist or something, My friend is a life coach, so it's called Ask Fearless. That is what his podcast is. He's also trying to become a therapist. If you guys have any problems, I recommend you contact with Fearless Cummings. And yes, that's his real name, so by birth. But anyway, he's the best one of all. So, and he's a very good friend of mine. Anyway, let's get started on the podcast. So let's get started on the ghost stories. So get yourself something to drink and sit back and relax. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started on this story. We are on season 6, episode 218. It's the best story I have ever have read for you guys on live stream. If you like my podcast, please give me a click like, share, and subscribe. Please give me, some positive comments or something, and give me thumbs up if you love it. But if you don't love it, that's fine. You can always give me thumbs down if you wish to. So anyway, if you have any questions, you guys are always welcome to join me on the conversation. And if you have any questions, you're always welcome to leave me the comments down below right here on YouTube. So anyway, let's get started on the story. This is going to be good. Mason took the Pine Street bus every Thursday after a late shift because it was the only line that still ran close enough to midnight to get him from the warehouse district to the west side without paying for a ride he couldn't afford. The route itself was forgettable in daylight. Strip malls, clinic parking lots, old bungalows, the river bridge, then the long climb into neighborhoods where porches sagged and dogs announced every passing engine. At night, though, the bus became a moving waiting room for people too tired to perform civility and too sensible to speak much. Mason liked that. He liked the driver, Ms. Carroll, who treated regulars like weather reports and knew which stop every silent passenger belonged to. He liked the predictability of the route map and the ugly orange bus seats that at least meant he was headed home. What he didn't like was the boy who only appeared at 11:30, sitting in the third row on the right, cap in his hands, staring at every stop as if one of them still owed him a door opening. The first time Mason noticed him was because the boy looked too young to be riding alone that late and too old-fashioned to belong on a modern city bus. Maybe 12, maybe 13. In a wool coat buttoned high and shoes polished for a different century. Mason assumed some kid from a school play had gotten separated from parents after an event. Then Miss Carroll pulled to the curb, opened the door for a boarding passenger, and the boy did not react at all to the cold air or the movement around him. He only whispered, "Not this one," and kept watching the curb. When Mason finally asked if he needed help, the boy looked at him with the grave patience children reserve for adults who are already blind on person. Was the last one before home. He said by the time Mason figured out whether he meant father, brother, or something worse, the bus hit a pothole and the boy was gone from the seat. Miss Carroll, when told, did not question the premise. She only asked whether the boy had still been holding his cap in both hands. Apparently, yes mattered years ago. How many exactly depended on which retired driver told it. A boy had boarded the wrong late route in bad weather after waiting downstairs for a father who never came from factory shift. The driver at the time reportedly assumed someone would collect him farther along and kept running the line until the child realized too late he was on the Pine Street bus instead of the Hill Avenue line that would have taken him home. there had been an accident somewhere after he got off. Details muddled. By time snow and municipal embarrassments, some said he froze trying to walk the last mile, others said he was struck crossing near the bridge. All agreed he appeared now and then on the late Pine Street route, watching stops go by and asking which one counted as before home. Mason tried to shrug it off as bus route folklore until the weather turned and the haunting grew specific. On freezing nights, the bell cord above the third row would tug once by itself. At stops no one requested. If Miss Carroll ignored it, the old transfer chime in the dashboard storage cubby would ring instead, a mechanical sound the newer buses weren't even wired to make. Once, after a substitute driver skipped a poorly lit stop because no one was visibly waiting, the bus stalled half a block later and would not restart until he backed up to the stop marker. Mason was on board for that and saw the boy reflected in the side glass. The whole time lips moving and silent, counting Miss Carroll. After the bus finally resumed, tapped the route map, one blunt finger, and muttered, "Nobody gets left at the wrong stop twice if I can help it." The statement sounded less like policy than treaty. First happened during sleet with only 4 passengers on board. The city looked like cardboard, podium lights. The boy appeared in his usual third row seat, but looked more solid than before. Cap damp at the edges, one cheek flushed from cold. Mason moved across the aisle and sat where he could see him. Better without feeling ridiculous. "What's your stop?" he asked gently. The boy frowned as though the question itself were unstable. "The one after the bridge, but before the hill where the dog barks," he said. That could have meant half the route 40 years ago, and almost none of it now. Then the boy added, "He told me if I missed Pine Street, it wasn't safe to walk." Miss Carroll, hearing that, went white around the mouth and pulled over one stop early. "Bridge changed," she said into the bus mirror, speaking to the empty air as if she'd been rehearsing the sentence for years. "Road names changed. You're riding too far now." The next afternoon, instead of going straight home, Mason and Miss Carroll spent 2 hours at the transit office digging through retired route maps and municipal renaming charts until they found it, the old Pine Street line had once turned off before the bridge. Reconstruction and claim a now renamed Hill Street where had stood the boys' home. Stop no longer existed under that name, but the physical corner did. Now called Mercer and 9th, near a row of duplexes and one barking shepherd behind chain link. Miss Carroll got special permission, more accurately. She ignored not having it on the next late run to make one unofficial stop there. The weather cooperated by becoming foggy enough to resemble memory at 11:41. The boy appeared, cap in both hands. And when the bus approached Mercer and 9th, Miss Carroll opened the doors without using the formal stop call. "This was yours," she said quietly. The boy stood but did not step down immediately. He looked through the doors at the changed street. The duplexes were older houses, had been the barking shepherd, replacing whatever dog had once marked home. "He wasn't here," he said, and it was unclear whether he meant then or now. Mason answered before the silence could turn wrong. "No, but this was still the place you were supposed to reach." The boy considered that with a seriousness beyond his years. Then he nodded once, tucked the cap under one arm, and stepped onto the curb. For a second, he stood in the doorway light with the fog, wrapping his coat hem. Then the shape of him thinned into the mist and was gone. The bus remained still until the shepherd stopped barking. Miss Carroll shut the door and drove on without speaking for 3 full stops. Did you get what you needed?
Yep, all done. I'm out.
Okay.
I missed you.
Missed you too. The story's almost done anyway. The bell cord above the 3rd row hasn't tugged itself since Miss Carroll still slows a little at Mercer and 9th on icy Thursdays, just in case routes and the dead are both less final than schedules. Pretend Mason keeps riding Pine Street home because life goes on after hauntings in the same stubborn ways it did before. But now, whenever a tired kid boards too late or a passenger misses their stop because they are scared to ask, he notices the city changes. Names, bridges, maps, and routes like that makes the vulnerable less easy to lose. Sometimes it takes a ghost on the wrong bus to prove otherwise. That is so tragic, you guys. I mean, that is so sweet for the bus driver and a guy named Mason, the warehouse guy, whatever he did. I don't know. That is so sweet what they tried to do for this little boy. I mean, he died like 40 years ago, like before my time. I think it was like I don't know, in 1970s, I guess, this child passed away on his way home, I guess, or something like that. I don't really know, but apparently something tragic happened with this child. So if you guys think what really happened to this little boy, let me know in the comments if you think this child was killed, like kidnapped and killed and left for dead somewhere, perhaps. But just let me know what you guys think. What did you guys think about this story? Was it sad or bad or good or not? Just let me know what you guys think. Now that the story is finished, we are going towards the questions with answers. And you guys are always welcome to participate on the show. You're always welcome to join me on the show. And just let me know what you guys think. What did you think about the story?
It was a really good story, baby.
Did you listen?
Yes, I always like your stories, baby.
Good. I don't know if you were watching it while you were at Marco's.
I'll rewatch it, baby. Don't worry.
Okay.
I always know your stories are good.
Good. So anyway, I hope that the story made you feel sad or something. I don't really know, but let me know in the comments if you think this story made a lot of people sad. It makes me sad when I read these stories. These stories are relatable, and they're part of real life events. And this actually did happen many years ago, like before my time. My mother was just a little kid when this shit happened. But it did not happen where I'm from. It must have happened somewhere else. It happened maybe in a different town or country or whatever, maybe continent. Let me know if you guys, I don't know, got confused or did it make any sense to you all. So, okay, guys, let's go with the questions now. So I hope that makes any sense to you all. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to leave me comments down below with your questions. If you guys experienced with anything like that, like say at 11:30 p.m. at night, as you are like taking the city bus home after work or something, either like 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock, let me know what you guys think. We have about 10 questions and 10 answers. So, would you have believed the boy belonged to an old route rather than the current one? Of course I would, yes. If I saw this kid, if I took a city bus and noticed what century this child was, and I would definitely investigate. I would not ignore it. I have to investigate it. I would have to go to the archive or something and talk to people and see. Go to the historian or something. I don't know. Talk to them and find out what really happened to this kid. Who were his mom and dad, and where was his home, and what street did this child live at? Like what address of his home was. Did he have any pets, or did he have any siblings or something? That kind of stuff. I'll try my best how to help this kid, if I had any answers and some evidence. But I definitely would have. So anyway, would you guys ever believe this? But I probably would have. I would totally believe it. I would totally help this little boy find his way home and find his mom and dad and get them reunited. Like, literally. So that's the way I would have done. But yes, I definitely would believe this child belonged to an old root than the current one. Yes. Let's go to number 2. Do you think he stayed because he missed the stop or because no one ever corrected the route? I think he stayed because nobody ever noticed him, or nobody has ever corrected the actual route, as in like the path that this child could have taken. Nobody noticed where his path is, like which bus that he would have taken, or how could he get home. I mean, nobody noticed him where he's really from or which route he would take. Like, literally nobody noticed until Mason noticed it. That's a good thing. I'm actually glad that Mason noticed it. If he hadn't noticed anything, if he hadn't stepped in and got involved, and he probably would have, upset the balance or something, and the spirits would be like pretty much mess with him or something. But I am glad that Mason helped this little child. Hopefully he did. Even the bus driver did. So he got the story, and now Mason tried to help this little boy. He was probably about 12 or 13 years old, and we don't even know the name of this little boy who died many, many years ago, like 40 years ago. It actually happened sometime in 1970s, of course, but this story that I have read to you guys is actually based on real life events that actually did happen, but we don't know if it was like the early 1970s or in the middle of 1970s or in the late 1970s. We don't know. So I think he stayed because nobody has ever corrected the route for him. I call it route because it's kind of like it's a short for routine, that sort of thing, like a little pathway for this child. That's what I call it, route. Let's go to number 3. Why are buses and late night transit such strong haunting settings? Well, the reason why it's because there's a lot of history going on. There's a lot of tragedies that happen near the bus stops, and some memories are good, some memories are bad, but things happen. It's like the hottest spot where things happen. It's very spooky, but it's a strong emotions. I mean, spirits, even younger children have passed on, not just adults and preteens or actual teenagers and full-grown adults, like say myself or my husband or our parents, of course. A lot of spooky stuff happened at the transit, like at the actual bus corner, at the stop sign or whatever, bad things happen. It's a memory. It's like a time loop that rewounds and relives that moment. A lot of spirits actually relive their final moments, how they died, and they don't remember what happened because they're in denial. They're confused because they don't know how they died until they got all the pieces. This child has no idea how he got lost and how he died 40 years ago. But things happen a lot. Same question, babe. Why are buses and late night transit such strong haunting settings?
It's a good question. It's just another fun spot ghosts seem to love.
Well, a lot of things happened there in the past. So,
That does make sense.
well, there's a lot of spirits who don't know what happened to them. There's why they stay there because they don't remember what really happened to them. That's why they haunt the place, because it's the last place they were in before their death.
True.
A lot of people die in a lot of spooky places. So,
Thank
Things
you
happens
for
a
the
lot.
education on this.
you're welcome. What's with the app?
Oh, I'm just watching an ad.
An ad for what?
So I can clear more cars on the game.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too. All right, guys, let's go to number 4. We're nearly done here anyway. What was more unsettling, the disappearing passenger or the self-pulling bell cord? I think it was the disappearing passenger. A young child who claims that he doesn't know how he died, and he thought that he took the right bus, but apparently he took the wrong one. That's why he got lost, and he has no idea how to get home. So he is stuck. And he doesn't remember how he passed away. So no wonder why he's reliving his death. He's in denial, and he doesn't know because he's a child. Lots of kids at that age don't know what really happened because they can't find their way out and they don't know the truth. This is why. So I think it's the child. Do you think it was disappearing passenger or the self-pulling bell cord?
The South Pulling Bell Cord.
You think it was the self-pulling bell cord?
Sure.
Was it the spirit that was pulling it, even though no one can't really see it?
Yes.
Okay. I think it was the child.
Could be.
So, it's the child. I mean, the little boy has no idea how he died. That's why he's reliving his death.
Yep.
His final moments, apparently. So, yes, I think it was the little boy. Let's go to number 5. Okay, guys, we have 5 questions left before I sign off. I have to finish writing my second novel. Well, the chapters are done and the turning pages are done. All the sentences are done. So my autobiography is done. My picture on the inside of my book is done. The copyright is done. The turning page numbers are done. All I have to do is make my book cover and the title of my second novel. Also put the price on my book and the new picture of the back of my cover, like on the outside. So we are going to put all that on Amazon, and the price we're doing is $20. 20.00. And in the front of that number is going to be a little $sign. So, which is $20. If you guys want my second novel, we will release it on Amazon. That's where it's gonna be. So the price will be $20. All you have to do is put my name on the Amazon, like my first and last name on the search, which is Anya Smith, Anya. Last name is Smith. So all you gotta do is type it on that search, click on it, and it should appear on Amazon. My second novel. Once we create that whole thing by tomorrow, it should be done maybe by Tuesday. It'll take like weeks until it's completely on Amazon. So my second novel will be released, just so you know. There's a lot of ghost stories in there. There is 50 chapters in my book on my second novel, just like on my first one. And there's also a bonus chapter as well. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, let's go with question number 5. Was Miss Carol right to make the unofficial stop? Yes. She did the right thing by stopping unofficial stop, which is like I don't know, that little boy's house maybe, but it's like unclear street, like Pine Street or something, something like that. So but anyway, spirits do a lot of weird shit. So, but yes, Mason told the bus driver after he got the story, or the bus driver told Mason what happened. So they both had to go find out where this kid, I don't know, lived at and how he died. So we don't really know how he really died, but things happened a lot. But my answer is yes. She did the right thing. Either she or him. I think it was a woman. A female bus driver did the right thing, yes. Does this make any sense to you guys? Let me know in the comments if it does. What do you make of the line, nobody gets left at the wrong stop twice if I can help it? Well, I think maybe somehow the line says that nobody actually makes the bus stop and get off the wrong street or something twice if they can't help it or something like that. I mean, a lot of spirits do that, or even living people, like people who are still alive. Perhaps maybe like nobody gets left at the wrong stop twice if I can help it. Nobody has ever done that. I mean, it happened to me once at the wrong bus stop. So I had to walk all the way home or something. Or actually, no, I got back at the school bus and the bus took me to my right bus stop, like at my old school or something. But yes, I actually did get off on the wrong bus stop. It happened to me when I was still in school, but I somehow must have took the wrong turn, I guess. I don't know. But things happen a lot. It happened to me when I was that little boy's age. I just didn't know it that time. So, well, I was a kid. I forget things easily. That's why I accidentally took the wrong stop. But, well, things happen a lot. Kids don't remember because they're too afraid to talk or something. So, here's a question for you.
Okay.
What do you make of the line, nobody gets left at the wrong stop twice if I can help it?
Meaning that they don't have to deal with this wrong place more than once.
Good point. Yes. They don't have to literally deal with a lot of places to go through twice because they don't remember what really happened. They just don't want to deal with it, I guess. So, anyway, we're almost done here. But like my husband said, nobody wants to deal with the same place twice at the wrong stop. So, this is why. And things happen a lot. So, I hope this makes any sense to you guys with questions and answers with the story. Just let me know what you guys think. Let's go to number 7. How is this haunting tied to infrastructure changes rather than simple grief? I think this haunting is tied to probably where this child got snatched off and lost his life, I guess. This child doesn't remember what really happened, so no wonder why. Well, the grief is like a father cannot let go of the past. He continues to grieve and he tries very hard to let go, but he can't because he cannot forget about his child or something like that. But something like that. Grief always takes over. A lot of people grieve differently, you know? And a father always never lets go of the past. He wants to know what really happened to his kid so he could get closure. You know, he wants to remember what his child would look like. He cannot move on until he got the truth. A lot of parents are like that. Isn't that right?
Yes.
So here's a question. How is this haunting tied to infrastructure changes rather than simple grief?
Because he's trying to get to the bottom of what happened.
Exactly. He just wants the truth. How could he help his dead child find a way out and find peace? He wants to get the closure. He wants the truth. Exactly what really happened. A father wants to know how can he find out where his child was. How can he let go of his anger and everything else? Can he get the justice or can he get the truth about what really happened to his child? Parents are always like that because they're scared. They don't know what happened to them. That's why they don't let go of this problem. They're angry and they're lost and they're grieving. I mean, things happen a lot. Tragedies always happen in different ways. Okay, so let's go to number 8. All right, guys, we've got 3 questions left before I sign off. Would you feel safer or more unsettled knowing your driver respected the ghost? I would feel safer, yes. Even if I respected the spirit, I would still feel safe. I would not feel unsettled. I would feel brave enough, safe as well. Same question, Chris. Would you feel safer or more unsettled knowing your driver respected the ghost?
Safer.
I like that. That's my first answer would be. I would feel safe. Would you guys feel safe or more unsettled knowing your driver respected the ghost? Let me know in the comments which one of these answers would you ever answer. You know, which one of these would you choose? Safer or unsettled? Let me know what you guys think. Just leave me comments down below and we'll figure something out. Let's go to number 9. We're almost done. Can renaming streets and routes erase vulnerable histories? Yes, it can. Of course. I mean, you gotta talk to a lot of people and find out about the original names that used to exist, and the original neighborhoods did exist as well, especially that young child's home address and the street that he lived in. But yes, it can be. Of course. Let's go to number 10. Okay, we have one last question before I sign off. If a ghost had been riding the wrong route for decades, how would you help them home? I would probably tell the truth about what happened to this kid. I would try and figure out where this child's ghost original truest home, and I would try my best to get him there. I would help this child find his truest home, find his family, and reunite them. That's how I would help this ghost. I would preserve the memories and I would remember them the way they were, and I would imagine that this little boy and his mom and dad reunited in their truest home, in their own original neighborhood. That's exactly what I would have done. Same question. If a ghost had been riding the wrong route for decades, how would you help them home?
By showing them the correct way.
Exactly. I would tell them the truth and find the same route. Well, I would find their correct home, their path as well. Find the correct path and show them where they can go. Like, I don't know, find the GPS and correct that one, put it on and drive over there, and the spirit, if the spirit can see it, that spirit can walk towards it. Go into the light where the actual place is. That's how I would reunite the child with his mommy and daddy. Find their truest home. Help them find peace. That's what I would do. Okay, guys, we are out of time. So thank you guys for watching. And it is almost 10 o'clock. It is like 31 minutes after 9. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and have a safe night. Stay safe. Have a great night. Stay safe. Have fun. Stay spooky. And we'll see you all on my next episode of Ghosting with Anya. Tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. It is called The Night Clerk at County Hall. This is the new story, episode 219. 219. So, thank you guys, and please click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on my next episode of Ghosting with Anya tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So thank you guys, and may God bless you all, and may He protect you. And I want to make sure that God can help you find your way home, even at night. If you're out there late trying to get home, especially in the city, and may God protect you as well. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful night and see you tomorrow night. Bye.